Hello, it's Elaina Strongbow from SodaTutorials.com, Elaina's main game name, and today I'm in my basement and I want to talk about bone armor. The reason I want to talk about it, it's not something I'm very familiar with, and I've gotten some parts and pieces I know that were used in bone crafting, but I've never crafted it. So my first thing was, okay, it's bone armor, it's armor. So I go to the blacksmithing table, went there, and I have most recipes, but I'm like, oh, it's not there. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's on the carpentry table. Nope. Oh, it's over on the smelting table. Nope. I went over and finally found out that the armor was actually over part of our tailoring table over here in the back corner. And one of the components you need to have is bone sheets or sheets of bone to craft into it. Now, sheets of metal and their sheet molds and stuff are actually over in typically done on the smelting table, but this is bone. So, okay, where do we make those and what does it take? So then I'm looking, went through all different tables and found out, okay, it's over on the carpentry table. So it's kind of a weird thing. You need skeleton bones, some wax, and some, if you want to make just something outside a bone plate, you want to have it reinforced with like copper or whatever else. You've got to craft those things. You've got to craft the plates or the sheets of it that are actually going to be used on the carpentry table. I guess you hammer it out. I'm not sure what the whole reasoning is for that, but that's it. So you're going to get these bone sheets, and think of that's like the base material you're going to use when you go to create the bone armor. So the bone armor, it's pretty interesting. All the different recipes. It's not easy to make. Not easy from the standpoint of technical difficulties, but components. So here's the bone boots. So your feet. To make this, you got to have bone plate, but you also have a demon hoof. So a demon's hoof. So that's a drop you get sometimes from killing a demon, which isn't easy to do. So unless you bought one, that's kind of hard to get. The bone chest armor, you need a hip bone and a rib cage from a troll. Once again, not too easy to get. Takes a while to get until you finally get it. The gauntlets require a phoenix talon. The bone helm requires a lich skull. Leggings require a dragon neck bone. Why that occurs that way, I'm not sure. So, these are all very difficult things to get. But here's the thing, I think bone armor actually comes up as a physically tougher armor, but it's on the light armor tree. So I think it has some impact there. It has some flexibility, especially if you're an archer, potentially even if it's your mage. I'm going to pull up a website here and see if I can find about it. Let me get back to where I was at and I'll bring it up on screen. So let me pull this up. That's most of it. Alright, so I'm over here at sodawiki.net under soda tailoring recipes. And here are the bone pieces. So I'm going to take a look at the bone chest armor. I'm going to click on that. See if I get some details. As part of the bone set armor was released in R34. So that was a bit ago. This new type of crafted tailoring table from bones refined at the carpentry station. The first armor to involve carpentry. It has attributes of heavy armor, high damage avoidance, but is actually classified as light. So when Masterworks, your modifiers will be light modifiers, and your skills will be used with it, light armor skills. It also has very high durability, making it ideal for enchanting and masterworking. However, the bones need to be crafted are exceedingly difficult to acquire. In addition to the normal tailoring, carpentry, smithing ingredients, you need to get parts from the dragons, the phoenix, the demons, and tiers 2. So think of it as a light armor, the heaviest, most durable light armor there is. Which interests me because I'm an archer, kind of moving into mage and stuff. So, getting a decent chest piece and keeping the light armor skills is something I'd like to stay in. So let me get rid of that. Go back to my game. So let's talk about the chest piece. I need a troll hip bone, a troll rib cage, 7 bone plate, and some cotton thread and some wax. Well, the reason why I'm doing this video right now is, I don't know if I have them in here. Did I put them in here? I got a phoenix talon last night, so I can make a gauntlet. I've got a troll hip bone and a rib cage and a head. So I've got one set here that I can make a chest piece. I'm wondering if I have a lich skull. I think I do. Maybe. Let's go see. This is my chest of I don't know what to do with stuff. Look at that. I got a lich skull. So I can make 3 of the parts. So I can make the helm, the gauntlets, and the bone plate. Here's the thing that really bothers me. I've got enough to make 1 of each. If it's not exceptional, the durability becomes a no factor, especially if you want to masterwork it and enchant it. So I need some bone plate, regardless. So in my inventory right now, I've got, this is all I have. I have 37 bones. So I need to take those and make those into bone plates. So let's go look at that. I go to my carpentry table and I look at bone. So 2 bones equals 1 piece. I don't have 20, but just underneath 20. Then if you want to enhance them, you can take a bone plate and a bronze binding and make bronze enforcer constant. You'll see I've got some other ingots that are in here. So let's see. Let's make some, well, I know I need to use those bones, so let's make as many of these as I can. I'll just type in 20 and it'll give me my default. 18 is the number. Well, let's make some bone armor. Hello, bone. There we go there. So, while I'm doing this, the bottom right corner should be a YouTube icon. If you're finding the content useful, please go ahead and click on that and subscribe to the channel. It's always greatly appreciated. I have a spin at this at the end of this, including, this is the first video where I'm going to tack that on. I'm actually going to be adding a 4th video connection at the end about Strongbow apartments. I have a village inn house on a village lot over in Owl's Head. It's a great spot to be in. Commission-free vendors, vending tables and all that. And I'm opening that up for rentals. Now, everybody's coming out of the gate here with R44, which released yesterday, with different prices. I'm going at this very, very low key. I don't want a lot of different ratings, this and that. It's basically 3,000 gold or 1 kodo a month. And what I've seen all the prices, that's pretty in line with a lot of stuff, and it's a lot cheaper than what some other people, especially for the fact that, you know, basically for 3,000 gold, you got a spot to hang your hat in Owl's Head with access to a commission-free vendor. It's just, I think it's a very fair price. And the way I priced it was, how much do I spend on taxes on it? Can I I have to raise it a little bit because I'm not going to be at full capacity all the time. And basically, I'm just doing it to help out new people. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the video at the end. There's one on my YouTube channel for it. Please reach out to me. Glad to have you as a tenant. And yeah, just like in the videos here, I'm pretty low key. Just keep nice and mellow. And if you need something there, I'll try and get it for you there too. So, all right, so that gets us through the almost here through the crafting of the bone. Let's see how I got. Looks like I haven't failed yet, so that's good. Skeleton bones, skeletons, kill skeletons. I've got 37. I've killed lots of skeletons. I mean, a lot of skeletons. So I haven't gotten a lot. Now, maybe I haven't killed enough of the higher level skeletons and whatnot, but we shall see. So I've got 18 bone plate. So sweet. That means I can make 18 pieces. Now, I've got Constantinian bindings. Now, I know that one's focus driven, which is really what I care about from a crafting and from an archery. I really care about that on there. I've also got some iron bindings, but I think I'm just going to stay at Constantinian. Love that word. So let's take these and let's make 18 of those. So it's going to take 18 of my bindings plus the 18 things and 18 more wax, and then we'll have 18 Constantinian bone plates, which we can go use over on the tailoring table. This back up here. Dance party, the R44 release party is actually going on right now as I record this. I've got some stuff to do this evening, so I wanted to get this one out of the way. So I'm missing the dance party. Always like to go to those, get to see people. Let's see. All right, 5 of 18, 6. So what else we got here? So I've got a lich skull. So what I said, helm, gauntlets, and the chest. The chest is the killer. So when you get the chest right, you can nail that one. Then you can socket it, and then hopefully you can masterwork it and not break the thing. Because this is one that, you know, if I blow up a chainmail chest, then I'll go make another one. If I blow up one of these, then I have to go find another rib cage and rib and hip bone. Rib cage and hip bone. Good thing is, on one of the videos, I show how to solo trolls. I can actually solo and kill on trolls right now, so it's okay. I can do those, so that won't be hard to do. But the Talon, the Phoenix Sound, oof, that's just something you have to go do with a party. We were helping some of you guys out last night get their Phoenix quest, so I was fortunate enough to get a Talon from one of the folks in there. Okay, so 13, 14. Okay, 3 more. Usually I do a lot of the prep work for these. There's one fail ahead of time. I did prep the bindings and like the ingots and stuff. So I did do that work, so you didn't have to watch it. I failed twice there. Didn't have to see that stuff because that's mind-numbingly dreary. So, oh, this phone is ringing. Don't care about that one. I was calling for someone from work 30 minutes ago, and now they're returning the call when there was an emergency. So the emergency's passed. I don't need that, so don't need to answer that. Okay, so we've got 18 constant and enforced bone plates. And you can see there's all different types, you know, white iron, meteoric. So those are the ones I'm going to use in mine. So let's clean this up a little bit. I'm going to put my ingots back in here. So I'm going to put my copper back. I'm going to put my bronze back. White iron back. Meteoric. Don't need the bone, but that actually should go in the carpentry chest anyways. Oops. Skeleton bone. The gold I'm going to keep. Iron bindings can go, well, we'll leave them out. Oh, I've got Constantine, so iron can go back. So sheet mold, I don't need that either. Oops. There we go. I'm actually trying to click right between the screens here. Let's put the sheet mold over here. We'll keep one in there. Wax, I'll hold on to. Okay. Let's go on over here to the table. Now, I know it said spools of thread. So let me see that. Let me get, I got some of those. Spool of cotton thread. Now, here's the deal. We may want to take this and make fustian. I don't know if it's just cotton thread or not, so let's look at this. And do bone. A spool of cotton thread. Yeah, I don't think it's going to allow me to put fustian. So, cotton thread. Bone plate. This one I got lich and that one I'm ready to make. This one I need a talon. So I need the talon in the pieces. Let's find troll. Put the cage in here. I'll put one hip bone. And then let's put the phoenix sound. Now the phoenix sound, I didn't know was used in this. The phoenix sound can also be used on the table of cooking to make spicy phoenix bites, which actually has a really good return rate on it. But I got dragon stew and stuff, so I don't need to do that. So I'm going to put my phone over here because the light keeps popping up and hitting at me. Okay, so we've got that. So I should have. All right, let's make. So we need 4 here, 1 here. That's 5, plus 7. That's 13. So I've got enough bone plate to do this. One thing I could actually do some more if I just had a hoof or a dragon neck bone. But I'm not going off and soloing dragons either. So, okay, so let's make the. I'll save the trust for last. Let's make the lich, the helm. So there's that. It's weird making bone armor on a tailoring tape. Come on, +1. Nope. But it is 100. 4 focus, plus 2% weapon damage, plus 3 on the fizzle. Okay, so let's make the gauntlets. Bone gauntlets, plus 1 focus, plus 0.5% weapon damage, plus 6 on the fizzle. Okay, and the last one. Oh, these parts are so hard to get. But we've got them. Let's do them. Come on, +1, +1, +1, +1. And the answer is no. But it is 200. So that's really good. So the +1 you really want to get because it gives you a 50% on durability. And every time you basically masterwork or enchant, Whereas if you did a normal, let's say you did it 2x2, so 2 Masterworks, 2 enchantments, you could kill off 40, maybe 50-ish in your thing. If you had something that started out at 100 and it went down to 50, well, that's kind of weak and it's going to break easier. But these start at 200. They have a high durability, and I think that's what I was saying in there. So it's okay that it's not +1, given that rate or how strong that is. So, but between the two, so this is +7, this is +1, and this is +4. So that's 12 focus I get just from putting those on. So that's pretty good. But man, the plus fizzle is like, 20, 25%. So it may be something you don't want to do like a full bone set if you actually are casting, doing mage stuff as well. You may say, well, do a bone chest and then put the other stuff lighter around it. So you've just got the hit on that. So imagine a bone chest with cloth on the outside. So I don't know. We'll take a look. I said I don't have any specific plans other than I could craft those now. So I wanted to see that. So let's see what we can do with this. So that's how you create the armor. Let's see what it looks like. Let's do this. I gotta turn off housing decorations. I was in deco mode. Sometimes you click, you drag it a little bit so it tries to move it. So I don't need the bindings here, so I don't need that. I can go put those back. So let's go put those back here real quick. Bone plate. Actually, you know what? These bone plates can go here because that's the only place we're going to use them. Bindings. Yeah, I'm going to put those over in the metal chest here. I will be doing a video on organization. Someone asked me about that and how I got things organized from my bag to the different chests. I'm going to talk about that and basically how to tame that beast that is all the loot and crap you get. So one other piece I got to pick in here. Silver. Any silver left? I think I do. 10 ingots. Perfect. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see if we can put this on. Turn it up. Oops. So let's see what the bone armor looks like. So let's equip this. It's not dyeable. That's the way it looks. Boring. As you can tell, I take outfits. I like doing the leathers and the cloths because you can reshape them and pattern them, and they have really good patterns and stuff. It does nothing for the effectiveness, but it does. Now look all kinds of scary there. That actually isn't a bad outfit, given it. I could run around in that. If I ran around in that, everybody who knows me would go, "What are you wearing?" Not like I'm a fashion diva or something out there. It's just they just know I usually wear different outfits, and we can take that one off. So that's pretty cool. So it's a pretty decent thing on the focus. Now, if I'm looking at my chest here, see, this is something I worked up. It's got 14.2 focus. It's only got +8, while this one has +12. This the arms here have 6.9 focus and only +4, while these gauntlets have 1 focus and +6. Now, I haven't enchanted this, but the big thing is the fizzle chance. So bone does have higher fizzle, but it's not as bad as the other one, so it's still an option that's in there. Let's go see if we can throw something. Let's go see if we can throw a necro gem on this. So maybe I should put a healing gem. I think that one actually be better, because then if I want to sell this, selling it as a healing thing, I think would be on there would be better. Actually, you know what? Maybe even earth. Let's do an earth one. Earthy gem it is. So I don't know how many it takes or what it takes. So let's put this. I'm gonna need some mandrakes, so let's take 100 of those. Alright, so let's see what it says on the enchanting table. We'll bleed over a little bit and do a little cover a little enchantment. So we're gonna look at enchantments. Gem socketed chest armor needs 1 gem. So I need a gem on that. So let's make a gem. We're gonna go to gems. And this is a Gaiism gem. So I'm going to do 1 of these emeralds. 1. And I need 10 mandrake. There's that. We can craft that. I gotta make sure my crafting stuff is up. I failed on a gem. I'm such a loser. Is my stuff up? Yeah. This is all up. So I'm raising that. So I'm 92 in alchemy. I got 65 in enchantment. And I've just started breaking into these. So I'm just getting into that. So I'm good, but I'm not that great in it. And look at that. I've got over 1 million right now. I'm going to go down below it just a little bit of crafting experience. Now, I think my friend would correct me. Arius. Producer experience. Because that's what it says down in the corner. I call it crafting experience. Crafting pool. Adventure pool. Okay, so we got a Geism gem. Sweet. So let's throw the chest armor up there. And let's throw 10 mandrakes out as well. So, this sockets it and makes it an earth-based thing. Which is fine. If I want to make it earth. Yeah, why not? I have not made an earth thing forever. So, still 200. Now it's got plus 10 earth attunement, which is cool. So we got that. So that's a +1 piece because of the earth attunement. So, oh, you know, I didn't even think about this. I haven't even masterworked it. So I could actually go over there and masterwork it and then blow the darn thing up. Let's go see if I can masterwork it. So masterworking, we're going to add enchantments to the item itself for the item. So that's done on the, oh, I guess it would be. It would be done on the tailoring table. I'm so used to going to the blacksmithing table. So we're going to put this puppy up here. And we're going to take 5 silver ingots. I've got a 93% chance of success. Let's see. Cross our fingers. There we go. So, good thing is I got health, which is a static number. I've got dexterity, which is a static, but I got a greater armor defense. So it's 19% plus on your damage resistance. That's awesome, especially for the fact you want this. This is more of a tanky type of thing. You want the resistance on it. That's a good hit on this. That's great. So if I look at it now, that 19%, that's good. That's a really good. So whatever your resistance is, so if you got, I don't know, 10 resistance, this is 19, so pretend it's 20%. You're gonna, if you got 10 resistance, it's gonna add another 2 to it. That's a really good one. And as your resistance on all your pieces comes up, or resistance goes up, spells, whatnot, this goes up because it's percentage based. You want those percentage based hits. Now, here's where I should say, Carlos, that's a good time to stop because you got a really good hit on that as well. Now, if I want to take it one more masterwork, it's 72%. Ugh. Every time I say this, I go home, but it's go big or go home. Oh, yes! And I got a percentage hit on it. So I could take a health bump or a static, or I could take 2.6% armor void, which once again is a great hit on this. So, as you can tell, I've already taken the durability down to 175 by that. So that's why it's important to have high durability on this. So, cool. That's a pretty decent piece. I've got it's Geism, it's got damage avoidance and damage resistance on it. Sweet. Now, I'm going to go throw an enchantment on it, see if I can get a Earth Attunement base enchantment. So that comes over here in the alchemy table. It's always in the alchemy table, regardless of what it is. So what happens there is that you take your piece, 5 gold ingots this time, and 10 mandrake. Now, these start up the numbers again, so I'm not like at 70, lower than 70%. This is going to be at 94%. That's a pretty safe number. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I have had them break at this. I'll cry. All right. So look at this. On hit, this is one of the attunements. On hit, 5% weapon strength damage. Okay, sounds cool. That's actually a attunement. But look at the cost of that. That took me, if I hold it down, that enchant weapon power right in the middle there, 40 durability. That took me down from 175 down to 135. And that's got me up to this 8. Now here's where the big money is. Do you do this again? Do you roll the dice? Now I'm at 74%. This is a really good piece of bone armor. I mean, it's a really good piece. You get one more on this, you can make it, you know, a really great piece. Um, it's a video. If I edit it out, just stop here. You know I cried. Let's see. But this is why I really love the crafting system. This risk reward thing is actually really cool. That's a cool part of it. I know it hurts as hell sometimes, but when you get it right, it kind of works awesome. I've got basically 75%, so 3/4, 3 out of 4. Yes! I got Strength of Earth Power too. 18.5%. So this is what I mean by an Earth one. So this is going to knock the durability down to 105. But I got 2 good enchantments on it. 5% weapon strength damage. Sweet. And I got the 18.5% Strength of Earth power. So, picture this. You're out there. Let's put this on there. Actually, I can show this because I have Strength of Earth. That's a really, really good piece. I'm so excited. I'm glad actually you get to see, more important, you get to see this on the system here. So, let's take a look at my Strength of Earth. So my strength is 54. So I'm gonna, sorry, but I'm gonna go completely naked. I should turn my back sides. Well, yeah, you still see the front side. Oh, actually, here, do this. There. I know, it's completely ridiculous I did that, but it's all part of the character. So my strength right now is 54. I don't think my bow or anything is giving me anything on there as well. So let's strip her down to nothing. 54. So I'm going to cast Strength of Earth. Now this one will give me, increases my strength. So I go from 54 to 67. That's a really good boost. That's 13. Now if you double stacked it, triple stack it, I'd probably get a better one out there. Let's see that, because that's typically on a higher end, that's what you're going to do. So I'm going to go to my, I've got my buff deck here. Just going to put my clothes back on, fortunately. So let's take all that off so we can see this again. Obviously, I don't want any enchantments on me of any sort or anything messing up the numbers. I want to see pretty raw numbers. So I've got my Strength of Earth. I think I killed it. Yeah, I did. So I'm going to do my really poor man's buff deck. And I'm going to get Strength of Earth up. I'm going to cast it a 4 stack. Basically, I'm going to stack 4 of them together and cast that once on myself. So here's 1. I need 2 more. Here's 2. I'm stacking these other to clear the way for it. I need a 4th one. Come on. I'll take 3. So, Strength of Earth. It goes for how long it goes. So I'm up to 68. And I got 14.4 strength. That's 68. So here's what happens when I put on this bone piece. So I've got, there's no strength bonus on this? No. So when I put this on this guy, oops. Oh, I can't do it in combat mode. So I get another 3 out of that. So if I think about this one, it's 14, it's 17 strength, or if it was 14.4, I got another basically 20% on top of that because of this, or 19%. What is it? No, 18.5%. So this piece of armor amplified this by another 3 points. Strength is all about your life. I mean, that's everything that comes across this. I mean, that's the thing that actually gives you that, you're carrying whatnot. So that's a really good piece to have on there. Plus, I still have the weapon strength damage. So weapon strength damage, ones that, you know, your strength becomes involved with it, this actually ties into that as well. So it's a really good piece of armor, in addition to just the normal resistance and all that. So that's one I can put out there and sell. And that's a good sellable piece. What am I going to sell it for? No idea. But that's it. So bone armor is really interesting. It's a light armor. It allows me to use a light armor skill, but it's really more of a heavier type of armor. It's harder to make, but if you can get it and then you can juice it up, then it works out really, really well. And this is just, I said, a piece I'm actually really proud of making there. Now, I know there are other better crafts that can do it. I did it 2x2, 2 masterwork, 2 enchants, and a socket. There are people that can do it 3x3 or even get to 4x4, which is really hard to get at as well, no matter how good you are. But a 2x2 piece of armor where you've also got where the enchantments are hitting the, I got a greater defense one, which is a kind of a critical hit on your masterworking. And I got the 2 enchantments which are related to the gem I socketed. Those are kind of critical hits in enchanting. That's a good piece, and I'm very proud of that. So let's get back to my archery deck, which will bring back all my clothes. Voila. Including my helm, which I don't want to see right now. And this. So there we go. So that's it. So bone armor. Difficult to get the components. You need skeleton bones, which will once in a while drop from a skeleton. You need, decently, if you're going to make a full set, you need about 45 to 50 of them, and that takes a while to get. You can buy them, and they're up there in price. Then for every piece of armor, you need additional hard-to-get components. Lich skull, demon hoof, rib and hip bone of a troll. What was the other ones? Dragon neck bone, I think, was in there as well. So it's hard to get those materials. You craft the bone sheets, you can reinforce them with metal bindings on the carpentry table, and you craft the armor actually on the tailoring table. And then you can still, as you see, you can still go ahead and socket it and put in gems, and masterwork it, enchant it up, or can't dye it, so it looks what it looks like. It all look the same no matter what. I don't know if you could actually even. It's a light armor, so I don't think you can reshape it either. You might be able to. I doubt it though. But that's it. So a little bit longer on this, but I said not too many people talk about making bone armor. You see it out there, go, oh, that's cool. I don't know where they got that from, but what happened? So you don't see a lot of it because it's kind of a pain to make at some point. So I'm not going to go out until I'll have to go with a party with a focus to get a neck bone, and basically say, guys, you take all the loot you want. I don't care if it's artifact drops, this and that. I need a neck bone. So whoever gets a neck bone, please get that one to me. You guys can split out the loot. So I'll go get one. I'll probably do the same with a demon hoof or buy one, but complete out the set. But it's pretty cool. So if you have any questions or comments, please throw them on the video. Thumbs up or thumbs down. It's Elaina Strongbow from SodaTutorials.com. At the end of this, the video is going to pop up. Previous one in the series. Link to the website, SodaTutorials.com. You see a picture of me in the fairy wings, and that should have be able to subscribe to the channel if you're finding the content interesting and useful. And I will be adding in links. I'm pretty sure I'll have it on here. Links to the Strongbow apartment rentals that we'll have over in Owl's Head. So take a look at that. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.